Welcome back. Joining me by phone from Austin, Texas is building contractor Chris Danze.
Chris, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Great. Listen, you guys have had what I think is a tremendous victory down there. First off, tell people who you are. I think are you a general contractor?
I'm a subcontractor in the concrete construction business, build foundations.
Right. Now, as I understand it, Planned Parenthood is trying to build a new facility down there, and you have started an effort to try to get the local contractors in the area not to deal with them. Is that basically what's happening?
Right. When we found out that they were going to build the project, $6.2 million abortion facility, I called friends, associates in the construction business, and asked them not to participate. And then I got a positive response from that, and they said, yeah, we don't need to be working on that project, Chris. And not only that, but we're going to call around and talk to some other construction folks. And before you know it, we had some momentum going. We sent out some letters, sent out 750 letters to construction-related companies in Austin and San Antonio, and to inform the entire construction community what was going on.
Is your basic argument then that, as I would see it, that if you participate in the building of this, you're guilty of the death of the children that will be killed there? Absolutely.
That's exactly what we said. We didn't mince words. We put it in the letters. We paid personal visits to these contractors and suppliers, met one-on-one.
Now, as I understand it too, the general contractor has pulled out of the project too now.
The general contractor pulled out 2 weeks ago. The general contractor, Browning Construction, is one of the largest, most well-respected, politically connected general contractors in the state. They build a lot of state work, UT buildings, that kind of thing. Very, very reputable company. They pulled out because they couldn't find subcontractors and suppliers.
That's great. And now I understand that Planned Parenthood is saying, well, if we can't get a general contractor, we'll just act as our own contractor, which is proof they can't get one.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Will there be licensing issues there?
No, not really. They could serve as their own contractor. They still have to go through all the permitting process to get a permit and find new trades and that kind of thing. But the job has been tainted to such an extent that anybody goes out there is going to have to be a pro-abortion ideologue.
Right.
The people in the mushy middle and the pro-life contractors know about it now. They're well aware of it, and they're going to stay away. So it's going to be the ideologues. They're going to go out there and work on the project if they can find it. They still have to breach the firewall we have built with the concrete suppliers.
Yeah, now that's an interesting deal in that the biggest impediment to them acting as their own general contractor is they can't get anybody to pour concrete, and that's not something that can be brought from a long distance away.
That's right. We've had 18 concrete suppliers, which is all the concrete suppliers within a 60-mile radius of Austin, have indicated they're not going to supply concrete to the job. Now, that's not to say there won't be a breach, that they might find a weak spot or convince somebody or pay them off or something, pay them off with a higher price, of course.
Right.
But at this point, there's no concrete.
This deal's getting national attention. I mean, we've seen national stories about this around the country. And I think that one of the things that these contractors are looking at is that this is just one job, that if you pour it, you might lose a bunch of other jobs, or if you work on this site, you might lose a bunch of more jobs in the future. And that looks like, to me, an economic risk they don't want to take.
That's right. Pro-lifers are going to know who these contractors are, and not only that, but the church building committees, Mark. That's critical. We had 2 or 3 vendors, critical vendors, walk away from this project because church building committees became involved, and they said, we had one in particular say, sir, if you work on that job, that $17 million church we have scheduled to be constructed in the fall, you will not be participating.
Wow.
And these contractors turn on a dime when they find that out.
Right.
See, there's latent power with these churches. If they're willing to exercise their muscle, we can get a lot done.
Well, that's always been the case. We've said it a million times on here.
Mm-hmm.
The church can stop abortion anytime it wants to.
Exactly.
This is a good example of that.
Exactly right, Mark. I mean, it's absolutely true. I mean, we tapped into that latent power, and we shut this thing down.
Right. Well, listen, Chris, I want to congratulate you guys, and I want you to keep us updated on what's going on. And we may try to get you in here in person on a future show.
I'd like to.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.